Hey, my name is Cameron Guilbert. I attend Skyline High School in Washington State, and this year I participated in the Entrepreneurship Individual Role Play. For the Area 4 competition, I placed 7th in the event, and for the Washington statewide competition, I placed 3rd in the event. Unfortunately, due to COVID, I wasn't able to compete nationally, which kind of sucks, but I had a lot of fun in area and state, so that really makes up for it. So today I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks that really helped me during my role play process and will hopefully help you guys as well. So my first tip is related to the role play test. So part of the role play that you have to do is this 100-question test, and it's a really, really difficult test. It's rare to see scores in the 80s and definitely the 90s. It's a very difficult test. So my first tip is to do as many practice problems and as many practice tests as you possibly can. How I like to think about it is like exactly like the SAT or ACT. You just do as many practice problems, as many practice tests as you can, and it really helps you familiarize yourself with those terms and those questions and how you should approach them and later on when you actually have that actual testing date. So again, it's the exact same thing. I'm not sure how other schools approach it, but I know at my school I had access to around 3 or 4 tests in my event, and it may sound repetitive, but I probably did each of those tests around like 4 or 5 times, because again I just familiarized myself with the terms, with the format. So when I got to that area competition and when I got to that state competition, I didn't see the same question, but I saw the same formats, I saw the same terms, so I kind of knew how to approach the question overall. It really helped me. So it will really help you in the long run. Again, just practice tests, practice problems over and over again, and as many as you can get your hands on. It really, really helps. So my second tip is more related to the actual presentation process. So when you show up to do your role play, you have 10 minutes to present, or 10 minutes to prepare for your presentation, and then around 10 minutes to present. So when you first get in there, you're given a prompt, and you also have a bunch of pieces of paper on the table and some pencils, and you're able to do whatever you want with those pieces of paper and the pencil for your presentation. So my second tip is to get as much as you possibly can down on those pieces of paper. So again, you can do whatever you want. I know personally, I do little bullet points and little notes. I see other people do sentences and paragraphs. For me, that just feels like it takes a little too much time. Again, you only have 10 minutes to prepare for this presentation, so I just like to jot down little notes, little bullet points, and I also like to do images and graphs. That really helps me as well. Because let's be honest, you only have 10 minutes to prepare for a 10-minute presentation, which may seem really daunting. So if you get as much down as you possibly can on those pieces of paper, it will really help you. And it may sound kind of bad, but I think most people can admit that during the role play, you're just kind of winging it. Again, you only have 10 minutes to prepare for this 10-minute presentation. So you kind of have to wing it while you're presenting, while you're going through this whole process. So when you have those personally, I fold my pieces of paper so they stand up. So when I'm reading through my slides, I see these little bullet points, and it kind of helps me build off each other. I see this bullet point, I see this bullet point. I just build off that. Just try to talk as much as I possibly can about each bullet point. And because I have so much down on those pieces of paper, it really helps me overall try to get to that close to that 10-minute timeline and just get as much as I possibly can out there. Another thing that really helps with getting down those pieces of paper is the performance indicators. One big thing you're scored on is how well you're able to address and your thoughts on the performance indicators. And each role play has different performance indicators, and each event has different performance indicators at the area and the statewide level. So you're given those on the actual the test with the description of what's going on in your role play. So it gives you 5 performance indicators. I would also just sprinkle those around your papers. Again, I'll have one performance indicator in the back of my slide. Okay, I'm going to address a performance indicator. Next slide, I'll have the second performance indicator. Make sure you just write those down real quick so you know to address them every single time. And so my third tip, it might sound really, really cliche, but honestly, confidence is key in the role play. So one thing I started to realize is that these judges, this is the first and last time you'll ever see these people. It doesn't really matter how well you do. I mean, you may just be nervous and all that, but again, you don't know these people, they don't know you. It's completely fine. Just go out there and give it your all. That's all you got to do, right? So, just try to keep, good posture, try nice smiles and eye contact and all that. It may seem small, but it really goes a long way, because if you give them that attention, they'll give the same back to you, and it really helps you, helps you captivate them with your ideas and everything that you're presenting to them. So again, if you give them with that confidence, again, you're never going to see these people again. It's completely fine. So just go out there with your all. Just present how you normally would if you were by yourself in front of your friends. Just don't think about it. Just confidence is key, and just really hold yourself up to those standards and just be really confident when you're presenting. So yeah, those are the 3 tips and tricks that really helped me for my role play. Hopefully it'll help you guys too as well. Thanks.